Okay, live paint. This is a really cool tool in Illustrator. After we trace an image, we can color it in. We need to give it color, and so we have a lot of different paths on this outline. A lot of different paths. They're not all a filled in shape, and so we can't just use a fill color to fill them in. So we use the live paint tool, and it's pretty tricky. You got to be real careful with it, but let me show you the basics of it. What I have here, if I toggle the visibility on this layer that I traced, you can see all my paths here, and those are my pen paths that I traced. So what I need to do is first select all of those paths. So first make sure this layer is locked, otherwise you're going to select it. And then just get your selection tool, click and drag so that you select all of those paths that you have. Once I've selected them, I'm going to go to the live paint tool. It looks like this. It's the shape builder tool. Click and hold that and go to live paint bucket. Now once I have that, I'm just going to click in the area. It says click to make a live paint group. So I'm going to do that once I have them all selected. Before I select everything, let me just mention all of my paths need to be I can't have any gaps in my paths. So I need to go through maybe with the direct select tool, and if I have a gap, I need to click and drag and make sure that they are all enclosed really well. So make sure you do that, make sure there's no gaps, otherwise it won't fill it in. Before you make the live paint group, fill in all your gaps. So then get your selection tool and select everything. Get the live paint bucket tool and come in here and click inside there. Now as I drag over the top of all of these areas, they become shapes so that I can fill them in. Now I'm going to deselect everything. So make sure everything is deselected. Let me make sure I've got all my colors. Okay, that's good. So deselect everything, then choose a color, and this is really important. Make sure nothing is selected. If you choose a color when it's all selected, it all goes that color, and we have issues. So deselect everything, choose a fill color, and the best way to do that is just get the exact color that was on your animated character already. So you can go to the eyedropper tool or hit I on the keyboard, and I'm going to first get yellow, and it gets the original color, not the dimmed color, because my layer is dimmed by 50%. It gets the original color, which is useful. So get the color. It's on my fill color. I have no stroke color, which is nice. You can click there, click no stroke, click back on the fill, and then go back to the live paint, and it highlights that area that I want to paint, that I want to color in. Click it, and it gives it that color. Now if I toggle the visibility on that layer, the lower layer, I can see that I have that color now. So I'm going to go in and fill in the rest of the yellow areas with that fill color. I think that's all of them. Okay. So I've got all of his skin colored in yellow. I make sure everything is deselected. I go back to the eyedropper tool, and get a different color. It gives me that fill color. I could also make swatches out of these colors. If I don't want to use the eyedropper tool every time, I could double click here and say I want to make a swatch out of it. I just forgot to do that. New, right here, new swatch, and it gives me the color that I have selected down here. And I say okay, I could name it skin color or beard color, and then it sits there in the swatches that I don't have to use the eyedropper tool. So however you want to do that, lots of different ways. Select the live paint, go back and click on it, and there it is. One other thing on this one here, on Homer, he's got some shadows that are different colors. On lots of different characters there will be shadows. Now I made a path here just to show you, and I didn't give it a stroke color because it's just a shadow. There's no black outline around it. So I could get the eyedropper tool, click on that color, it's a light blue, and get K also. I could just switch back and forth, I and K. K is the live paint tool. And then I could color in that shape right there, and it gives me that shadow without the stroke color because there's no stroke on it. So that's the way you do that. And if I uncheck that, you can see that shadow there that's the light blue color. So that's how you use the live paint tool. Follow these steps, be real careful, deselect everything before you get a color, and then you can use that. Make sure all your paths are connected really well so that everything is closed off, there's no gaps, and that will work pretty well for you.